Don't we start working early in the morning? Some people here in France say a bit worried that they might have to start working Sundays, which is quite a new thing here in France.
Exactly. That's what the proposal is from the Economy Minister Emmanuel Macron as a way of showing that France is really working to try and turn its economy around. This, of course, coming in the context of the French budget, which was submitted to Brussels yesterday, which is widely expected to be rejected or at least sent back because it doesn't comply with EU regulations. Now, Macron says that deregulating some tightly controlled industries like pharmacies and allowing stores to stay open on Sundays would help boost economic growth by making it easier to do business and making the French working model more modern. But it's a thorny issue here, as Josh Vardy explains.
It's been a controversial topic in France for decades. Now, French Minister of the Economy Emmanuel Macron has promised to allow French shops to open on Sunday.
Contrary to existing ideas, French people already work on Sundays. I say this so everyone just calms down a bit. Almost 30% of all French people work on Sunday, some occasionally, some every week.
Currently, French businesses can only open 5 Sundays a year. That limit will be raised to 12. Commercial hotspots will also be earmarked for Sunday opening, places like tourist sites, airports, railway stations or stadiums.
It means more profit, because there are tourists, sometimes French people who come en masse at the weekend, and this will create jobs.
Under the proposal, Sunday workers would do it voluntarily and be paid double. It's a policy employees at DIY shops have been asking for years. However, leaving Sundays as a sacred day is an idea deeply ingrained in French culture, and opinions are divided.
I thought Sunday was a day of rest.
In England, everything is open. Everyone works.
In Europe, France isn't as strict as Austria, which forbids any shop opening on Sunday. Instead, it's moving slowly towards the UK or Swedish model, where shops can open when they want.
I don't know, what do you think, Kate? It can be quite inconvenient sometimes in France, can't it, to not be able to get hold of things on a Sunday?
Exactly. Pharmacies, most supermarkets are shut. You have to do all your shopping on the Saturday, really. So it could certainly ease things up for people like you and me living here in Paris.
Exactly.
Anyway.
We'll have to see how that one pans out. Like we said in that report, it has been going on, this debate, for quite a long time. Right, another big announcement coming from Apple. Kate, this is expected to be a new tablet.
Yeah, exactly. We seem to be having a new Apple product every month at the moment. Now we're hearing that new models of that popular iPad will be released, coincidentally, just in time for the holiday shopping season. A new Mac is also expected to come out. But it's the tablets that are really crucial for Apple. Sales have been sliding amid tough competition from other brands. The updates have been less frequent than for the iPhone. And analysts say that after debuting as the market leader, Apple's having a tough time keeping their iPad on the top of wish lists.
Past the early adopters, past the geeks, past the people that have disposable income, convincing normal consumers that in between the PC and the smartphones that is becoming bigger, is becoming more intelligent, is becoming more versatile as far as what you can do with it. There's also room for a tablet. Seems to be difficult.
Right, markets are open here in Europe. How are things looking across the world?
Well, we started with a pretty bad trading session in Asia, the Nikkei in particular dragging low. We saw weak trade data and a huge recall by Toyota affecting trading in Tokyo. The Nikkei closed down over 2% and hit a 4.5-month low through the trading session. European markets are bucking that trend as they open here, though. They had a pretty tough trading day on Wednesday, so they're rallying a bit so far. As you can see, the London FTSE up just about 1%, recovering from an especially tough session that was pulled down by pharmaceutical companies on Wednesday, so doing a little bit better in the early moments of trading here in Europe. Let's turn to some of the day's other business headlines now. The UK has blocked the Russian billionaire Mikhail Friedman from acquiring gas fields in the North Sea. Financial Times reports the €5 billion deal has been sidetracked as the impact of US and EU sanctions spreads beyond Russia's state-controlled industries to the private sector. eBay has warned that sales for 2014 won't meet prior estimates of $18 billion, citing difficult economic conditions. eBay's PayPal payment system, which will soon be spun off into a separate division, performed better than the retail site itself, with revenues growing twice as much. The online retailer's gloomy outlook has raised fresh fears that the holiday shopping season may not give the U.S. economy the boost it needs. And HBO has announced it will launch a video streaming service that doesn't require a cable or satellite subscription. The move is calculated to compete with online video services like Netflix and Hulu, and it could change the American TV industry as fewer viewers sign up for expensive cable subscriptions.
Okay, maybe a small revolution in TV there. Thanks very much for now. Kate Moody with the day's top business news. We're going to move on now with a look through the international newspapers.